Hello everyone, Mark Hanna here, Wisdom Gaming. In this recording, what I'm going to do is a short playthrough of a scenario that's a playtest scenario for Ponte Grande Bridge. It's called Too Late for Cavalry. In this scenario, the British are suffering from what they call extreme ammunition shortage in the SSRs. In this case, all of these firepowers are halved, uh, as well as suffering from ammunition shortage. The only thing that's not going to be halved is the hero and any support weapons he carries, so we're giving him a machine gun. The actual defense of this was designed by Doug Leslie, and he's out of pocket on vacation for about 10 days, so I promised the playtest coordinator, Michael, I would finish it because we got it started. And just so you know, we've had a long discussion, Doug and I, about this scenario, and Doug came up with the idea, which was pretty brilliant as usual, that the British should make good use here of the pillbox. This is a 360-degree pillbox to prevent the Italians from charging across the bridge. Why did the British care? Well, what they're doing actually is a retrograde movement, very difficult in ASL and in real life, I assume, as well. They need to get 8 points off the edge of the map here. Okay? So these walking wounded, which are basically impaired half squads, they can only move 3 movement points, and they have a CC disadvantage, which we'll get into later. But these in the historical game actually sacrifice themselves so that the rest of the team, or a portion of it, could get off. The Italians are trying to prevent that. And they have two ways of doing that. They can charge across the bridge, but the British are well positioned to keep that from happening. Uh, the other thing that they probably need to do is you can see this big stack here. We've got a armed truck, a stack of machine guns, and even a mortar is stacked here. Now, why are they all stacked there? Well, the idea is that the 9-2 is going to try to get off with as many units as he can. So in Doug's viewpoint, and I agreed with this, the best idea is not to put the 9-2 in a foxhole, which is what I tried to do when I did this game the first time we played, but instead put the 9-2 here out in the open, and whether or not uh, the Italians are successful at breaking him, it doesn't matter because there's a special rule that says you're not allowed to double time as the British. Ergo, you want to be able to break them because you can still move just as fast when they're broken. So here we have to do a trick of the game. One of the tricks is you need to make sure that these units are no closer. Well, yeah, you don't want them closer to this route terrain over here because then they would have to route this way and probably get trapped. No, you want them to be able to, if they break voluntarily or not, route back through this marsh. The idea is they can get in here, hopefully rally. Oops, sorry about that. Zoom back in here. And it's not letting me. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully, what they can do is come down this trail, and by this time, they will have, in fact, rallied and they can get off and win the game. This is interesting new terrain that's been brought on board. This is actually a path through a marsh, and the cost is 1.5 movement points. Sorry, movement factors instead of 1 as per a normal path like this. So some interesting terrain here that's going to be coming out with this particular module. This is actually an old Greek temple that some units actually did try to hide in and got caught in. These look like vineyards. I believe that's what they are. Then, not really sure what the point of this particular structure is other than to point out that these two fields were treated as separate fields, but it's not a path or anything. Over here we have some footbridges. Footbridges are strange because they only have a stacking value of 1. I guess that's not strange, but it makes it hard to get across them because anytime you move into there with more than one squad, you're going to be overstacked. So these Italians that are coming on a flanking move to try to cut them off at the pass, so to speak, these guys will have to come across this series of undulating bridges and then try to rush across over here. Okay. Sorry, this 7-0 is actually set up over here. All right. The Italian sniper is positioned as far back as possible, so hopefully they can get a sniper attack on that, although their sniper value is pretty low. It's 3 to 2. Make sure that's in the info box as well. Yes, okay. So you might notice this bling. A lot of people really like this bling. I don't like it. I think it's not necessary. It takes the game longer to load, but everybody seems to enjoy the uh, headline effect, I suppose. Personally, I'm happy just putting a turn track over here, some weather conditions here, and yeah, the spin dial is useful for many games, especially if you're playing on Vassal and you need to interrupt the game, you can save it and know what phase you're on the next time. So that is a useful tool. And in fact, I recently discovered that Robin Reeve is the one who invented this, and it was uh, taken by the ASL Vassal people and used. So congratulations. Thank you, Robin. Well done. So that's the idea. The Italians start the game. So what has happened, I'm going to switch the picture now because we did play the first half of the Italian, most of it, and here's where we are now. So let me change the tab to that positioning. Here it is. Okay. So you can see the Italians were successful. They did well to attack here, break the 9-1. In fact, the 9-2 was ELR failure. So you can see, oh, my head is in the wrong place. Okay. So that's a broken stack of guys here. Those were all broken by fire. Doug chose not to voluntarily break this 338. Over here, there was a big assault. I forgot to mention that. Let me switch back to this one. All of these guys were set up to take on this pillbox. This pillbox is blocking my path across the bridge. It was very intelligent of Doug to stack the heck out of this. He's put 2 half squads plus the hero in here. And it's going to be tough to take out. In fact, we're going to get to that here in a moment with me trying to take it out. So let's head back to this one. Okay. So what happened here is these guys went into the waters. Some of them clearly failed because they got taken prisoner. No quarter is not an option in this game for either side. Fighting like gentlemen, as the Italians and British were apt to do, apparently. So one guy did break and escape. But ELR failure. These Italians do that a lot. And here, I've managed to stack, there should be a CC marker on this. You can see that I was able to get 2 full squads in here for a pretty effective close combat. So that's the idea. The best way to take out pillboxes, everybody knows, is through close combat. And that's the phase that we're in right now. So this is where I'm going to pick up the action for Doug and submit this as a playtest report. The whole video will be a playtest report as well. So, okay, so here we are in close combat. I have to decide. There's no ambush in this close combat. Nobody's concealed here, and it's not concealment terrain. So I'm going to take my 6 factors of Italians and attack the hero. The hero is going to defend with one of the walking wounded. Walking wounded, if there's walking wounded and they're attacked, whether there's 1, 2, 3, or 4 half squads, it's an extra -1 attacking them, and the walking wounded themselves have to use a +1 when they're attacking. no matter how many half squads there are. That was a big issue between Doug and I because the rules were not clear until they got clarification. So we now know that walking wounded at most will add +1 if they're attacking, or -1 if attacked. Right. So the Italians will get a -1 here. So the hero is the main threat, the hero and his light machine gun. So the most logical attack is going to be a 2-to-1 here on the hero with the 2-3-7 that he will defend with. Now, the British here have at most 5 factors versus 6. So it's going to probably make more sense for them to split their attack, do a 1-to-1 and a 1-to-2, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So this can really affect the outcome of the game. I will point out that while this is an interesting chess match of a game, I wasn't actually thinking I would like this game because it's so small. I'm not a big fan of small scenarios because they're so dicey. But you know what thing Michael's brought to these scenarios is a lot of historical verisimilitude in terms of these small battles. And you know, these small little localized battles in airborne operations probably occurred quite often. So that's what we're dealing with here. And you know, while I would like to see at least 10 squads on a side to mitigate bad luck, um, sometimes you just can't do it. So it's a stretch of the system. It's always a stretch of the system when you try to engage in retreats in ASL. Fighting withdrawals are very difficult to handle. Um, so we have here a fighting withdrawal situation combined with extreme ammo shortage and not a lot of squads. So we'll see what happens. I should point out that on turn 3, the Italians will get this armored car coming in. So a lot of the effort here is to clear the road for the armored car so it can come down the road CE using the road rate and getting up onto the hill to interdict or prevent these guys from getting off. So that's kind of the game, and that's what we're going to try to do. So without further ado, let's zoom in on the action here. That means I need to get my mug out of the way, and here we go. Okay, these are some drawing tools I can use up here, but let me get this in the right place. All right, here we go. So 2-to-1, close combat, and here it is, the Italians. Roll an 8. It's a -1, so they rolled a 7. A 7 on the 2-to-1 chart is a casualty reduction, I believe. Yep, casualty reduction. So random selection. We'll start with the hero and the squad. So the hero's casualty reduced. Okay, so he's flipped as a wounded guy. It's probably the best result if he doesn't die, and he dies. Okay, that's too bad. So off to the casualty bins with him, although he doesn't count for any points, just to keep track that he died. His light machine gun will drop to the bottom of this. And sayonara. Now, might be premature in case they rolled a 2 or something, but let's just see. So we'll do the hero attack backwards first at a 1-to-1, -1 for the hero, +1 for the walking wounded, 1-to-1 flat, and they missed. The 1-to-2 on the other squad also missed just by 1 pip. Okay, so we don't go into melee here, but the worst unit has been taken care of. So that's a success pretty much for the Italians here. All right, so let's continue now. We've moved through to the next rally phase, remove all pins. And first the Italians do get to see if they can seal. These guys here can be seen, it looks like. Yeah, these guys cannot be seen. He can roll, I believe. Maybe somebody can see him, but no, I think he's free to try and get concealment, but he failed anyway. No others were able to do so. Okay. You can see I've left the 7-0 out here sort of a sniper bait if I don't want the sniper hitting this guy or even this truck. Luckily, he's got a very low sniper number, probably due to ammo shortage. Okay, so here we go. We do wind change. No wind. Rally. Well, first things first, we try to rally the 9-1, and he's up. +5, but he did it. And now he has a chance to rally these guys all with a +3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And 2 of them rallied. Look at that. Okay. So you can see this is already advantageous for the British. There's a thought here that this is a pro-British scenario. Looks like it probably is, but we'll certainly find out. Okay, over here, these Italians are in DM in open ground. Although these guys are halved, they really can't interdict. Actually, they're trying to get into the bunker, so that's where they're going to have to go. This leader probably should have advanced on there, but I didn't do it. All right. So sorry about this. I don't know. I'm pressing the window button. Oops. All right, guys. So British prep fire. Do they want to prep fire? Well, they will try to prep fire out of here. Oh, they want to try to pick up that. They did pick up the machine gun. And it doesn't do them much good as a half squad to waste the machine gun, so they probably won't shoot it yet. They can't use it to kill because it's considered halved ordnance now. So these guys would be halved to 2 and then doubled to 4. They can't shoot at the guys outside the pillbox, so a 4 flat to the guys in the creek is the target and no effect on the prep fire. All right, this guy, he's stuck with these prisoners. We had a big discussion on what happens if you let go of prisoners. The prisoner rules are a mess. Probably doesn't do this guy any good to mess around with carrying these prisoners, and it's not going to do him much good to shoot. He's halved twice. He's not halved twice, so he could shoot. So yeah, he's crest status. He'll go ahead and shoot a 2 flat, and here it is, 2 flat, a pin check. Oh, it's actually a sniper. Baby sniper for the Brits. Here we go. Just direction 4, distance 6, so 2, 4, 6, all the way out to here. Closest thing is going to be their sniper. Why is that only a 2? I think it's supposed to be a 3, isn't it? One moment. Let me ascertain that. Yes, the sniper should be a 3, so let's increase that. But it's also pinned. That might come in handy. Who knows? All right, so he's prep fired. All right, we're going to get these guys on the road here. This guy, I think Doug's intention was for him to stay and guard that. This guy's probably going to run for it, though. Okay, so let's do this. We've got these guys here. The leader doesn't need to run yet, so they're going to run ahead. Oh, well, you know what? I do have a broken mortar here, and it failed to rally. Okay, so let's move along here. So this 248 can't CX, so it's 1.5. Now, this looks like it's going to have perhaps 1, 2, 3 hindrances, but it might be beneficial for the Italians to try to get some residual firepower in that hex. Make the British go around there. On the other hand, what else are they going to shoot at? Well, okay, so try to make a snap decision on this. We're interested in trying to interdict them, so we'll try that. Let's try the LOS. And there we go. It only clips that one up here. That's 3 hindrances, so +2 at a range of 11 versus infantry. The range of 11 versus infantry is a 6 at +2, or I can do an area shot. And with 65, 65 is going to leave half of that for 2. I'll go for the real hit. Here we go. To hit, and it does a miss. So that gets put there. And first fire on that baby. Okay. So 1.5, 3, 4. 1.5, 3, 4. Okay. These guys will assault move into that canal. And this guy, he's going to run for it as well. He's going to go 1, 2. He's coming in the wrong way, so he'll go 4. Okay. So this stack here is going to have a good shot at that. Not an easy shot, but a shot. So what I'll do is I'll assault move the 9-1 here. You can come back then and try to rally that thing here. Okay, which leaves these guys in the foxholes. They're not doing anything. This guy here, they need to try to stop them. So probably I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. It's not going to be enough. So I'm going to need to get more points off of here. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, so here we go. 3 into there. Nobody wants to snapshot at that. And then 4. These guys will assault move into here. Now I could snapshot as it tries to cross over with this stack here, but they might try to pummel that. They might have enough to do some damage to that. Where's that machine gun? Thought I had a machine gun with those guys. 1 second here. Yeah, there's supposed to be a second machine gun in here. Sorry about that, guys. I'll clone that. Now, where did I put that machine gun? Oh, it's over there. Never mind. Okay, delete that. Okay, so, yep, that's pretty much it for the Brits at the moment. Not happy about these guys being stuck in the foxhole, but if they get out, they're really going to be hammered. So they'll just wait. They're going to wait. Okay. So we're going to go into the movement phase is done, defensive fire. Here's the defensive fire phase. What have we got? Well, these guys can shoot there. That's 6, 12, and they're adjacent, so it's a 12 flat on him. No effect. And this guy then could do a 6 up 2. No. Yeah, they can see each other. 6 up 2. No effect. These guys, their best shot really. Can they really see that? Should they try? It's going to be +1, +2, +3, +4. +4 there, +3. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So it's only going to be the machine gun. 4 +3. Yeah, that's enough to DM, but if they DM him, he's just going to rally right forward some more. So, nah, we'll try to brazenly attack this with these guys. So what have we got? 4 plus 6 is 10, 12, plus 4. No effect. Okay. And that is the extent of it. These guys don't have any shots. Advancing fire. None to speak of. So routing. All right, this guy goes into the bunker. I believe that's it for routes. Yep, that's it. Okay, advances. So the Brits advance, so this guy's going to go down onto the road. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to be getting to here. The range of 4, so yeah, let's get them one closer. And if I do that, I might have to route towards the thing, but I think that's better. Try to get them off. Okay. This is where Doug probably would make some different decisions than me, as he is definitely trying the retrograde approach. All right, so that's it. These guys will advance. This guy will advance. And advance into there. No advances here. This guy will leave that. He really can't do much. Can't put that on top of my guy. Yeah, he'll stay. He'll stay. This guy's going to go 2 up and 3 down, so he'll be CX'd. He's actually not in a good position to do much of anything, but if I can get those prisoners off, that will count towards my victory condition. All right, so here we go. It's going to be a little bit long to have a video like this, but let's continue it. Maybe I'll go to turn 3 and then split it up, and we see what happens after that. So it's close combat. Can we conceal? These guys can be seen. This guy here, back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate doing these kinds of LOS checks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can be seen. 5. Yeah. Okay, so he can't conceal. That's it. So here we go. Clear the moves and wind change. No wind. Remove all preps and defensive fires. Oh, we forgot the CC. We still have to do that. So they got 4 to 6. They'll do a 1 to 2. One giant 1 to 2. They'll do a 6 to 4. So they'll do, or will they do, yeah, they'll do a 3 to 1 on the guy with the machine gun. So giant 1 to 2. Nope. And 3 to 1. Yes. And destroy the machine gun too. That's what they wanted. So those come out of there and send them to the casualties bin. All right, so turn 2, wind change. Did I do that yet? Looks like I might have done that. Okay. Prep fire. Now these guys have to stick around for this attack. If I can break that, that would be good. So we'll do a 12 flat there. Oh, wow, that certainly took care of it. I can't remember the prisoners' rules. If the prisoners are casualty reduced separately, I think they are. We'll play that way. I don't want to waste time looking that up. Okay, this guy's dead. That takes care of the problem of prisoners. Okay, good shooting, boys. So these go to the casualties bin. And Got to move my disembodied head again for this. Huh, you can send prisoners to the casualty bin. Interesting. Okay, that might make it easier to keep track of prisoner casualties. Okay, so that's done. That sort of more or less clears the way for these guys to start moving up the road. So that's what they're going to do. Um, these guys are all moving. So let's move to the movement phase. Prep fire phase is done. Movement phase. Here we go. So now this guy's going to have a long range shot of 1 firepower factor. So as long as it's hindered, I'm not going to worry too much about it. 1, 2, 3. So go 1, 2, 3 to here. And that's not going to be worth shooting at. These guys will go 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they will probably shoot at that. But I think I forgot to rally the Brit guy here. Let's rally him. And no, he didn't rally. That's the problem. It's not rally terrain. Okay. So those guys have moved. They're going to shoot a 1 flat over here. Missed. Actually, ooh, that's almost ammo shortage. All right. Here we go. This guy's going to go 1 and get into there. Actually, that probably would have come off. Okay, they'll try to rally that guy. Over here, he should have tried to fix that machine. He's doing things out of phase, but I'm just trying to rush it, that's why. So I don't really have enough time to do this and show a good rules etiquette here. But as it's a play test, I'm not going to worry about it too much. If this was a tournament, though, I'd be objecting black and blue about the way that I'm cheating. So there. All right. So here we go. I think it's going to be worthwhile to get these guys. If here's a hex that they have to go through, so that will be. I don't know that they won't. No, they'll be in the hex. So that's going to probably clip 1, 2, 3. That will be in line of sight. So yeah, we just need to move down like this. We'll send the 3, 4, 6 first. He goes 1. And 2, 3, 7 doesn't want to see that. And he's going to be able to shoot up from the pillbox with 2 flat. Because the bridge hex side still protects them. Uh, the, because the fire is being traced not along the road. No effect. Okay, now if I had waited, I could have encircled him, but this guy doesn't have much of a shot. He's going to be halved for having too many prisoners. He's going to be halved for being ammo shortage, and he's going to be halved for being in the drink. So all of that means he's halved 3 times, then doubled, only 1/2 firepower point. He can't do anything, and this guy won't be able to encircle. So he'll go there. Okay. And he can't even shoot. This guy could shoot, but he might wait and see if there's more stuff that comes in because he won't be able to leave a residual. So to speed things up, oh yeah, this guy fired 2. It's going to reduce the residual to 0. There's no residual there. The next guy that goes through will be the, I'll just use the whole stack, and he'll be able to shoot a 1 flat. Nope, that didn't do it. And then finally here. So that stack is protected. The mortar, can't remember, I think it's 4 pp, right? Yeah, 4 pp. Okay. Probably should have dismantled it. It's one thing you should do with broken mortars is dismantle them so you can move them forward. And in case they do repair, you've gotten them farther forward than you had hoped. All right, anyway, so He can move 2 and then 3. Now, this will be interesting. I don't know if I want to run this gauntlet with that thing, but in fact, I'm sure I don't. So he'll start for 1, change covered arc for 2, 3, covered arc twice, 1 and 2. I know I'm old school, not using the control keys. That's start for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and actually he'll come right up to here and stop for 13. Okay. Over here, everything's moved, so we will now go to the defensive fire phase. And what can the British do? Well, they've got a 2+1 there, but it's 1+1. And this is going to be probably a 1+1. So they'll do the 1+1 here. Nope, and this is either 1+1 or 1+2. I suppose we should draw that LOS to see how many bridges it picks up. It's going to pick them both up. All right, so 1+2, so a 1+2. No, they can cower, so no. Well, I did the I drew the LOS, so I have to take the shot. No effect. Over here, these guys are done. Do they have a shot? Would be 1/2. Over here, do they have a shot? 2, 4, 6. No, that's it. This guy might have a shot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No. Okay. Advancing fire. So, what have we got? Well, we got this nice, lovely shot into the creek bed. Let's try it. It's going to be 8, 10, but I won't shoot the machine gun because we're not using the incremental IFT. And I'm sure it really makes sense that they would not use the machine gun because that's what I would do if I knew that my fire was on an infantry fire table in World War II. That's my little plug for the incremental fire table. I'm sure I'll get plugs back on that. So, not to open up that Pandora's box. All right. Well, this looks bad, though. We got an 8. Actually, there are 2 levels ahead of this. This is what level? No, I think it's a level 0 bridge or something. Anyway, they still would have point blank fire. Yeah, I think this particular bridge is like low slung or something. Anyway, 8 minus 1. Good thing I didn't fire that machine gun. Okay, and the gun, might be time to acquire something down here. I want to keep guys from getting off. So can I see this guy? Maybe I should have, that's off. Maybe I should have switched my covered arc to this direction. Well, it's not too late. I can still do that and shoot to acquire that. That's no longer acquired though. Oh, I can't put that on top of my head. I keep forgetting about my head being verboten for counters. All right, so yeah, I don't know. I don't like it, but it's some pretty important points. Yeah, so we're going to have to uh, change the turret covered arc. Doesn't this have a turret covered arc? Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. And fire here for acquisition. Boom. What's the breakdown number on this beauty? 11, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. So acquired acquisition here. Those guys have shot. No effect. No shot here. Oh, this guy forgot to move. He would have, what would he have done? 2, and then to get into the drink here, it would be 3 plus 2 is 5, so he can't make it. So he would have just assault moved to there. All right. These guys, can they shoot? Halved twice. 1 plus 1. Yeah, 1 plus 1. Nothing. All right. I would say that's it. Remove all. Defensive fire. Remove all prep. Okay, routes. Now this is a question then. Is this a good time to break and route? They're within normal range of stuff over here. So they're allowed to do it. I think they'd probably better do it. Okay, because there's no route terrain they can reach. So the leader won't break, but this guy will break. But that guy can't get DM. Now that's an interesting point. He's not allowed to get DM, is he? Yeah, I think that's an issue. I'm going to ask that question, but I don't think you can gain DM if you're not in open ground. So I'm going to make sure this is one flaw with this plan. If you get messed up in your stacks, break is not allowed. I'm sorry, break is allowed, but DM not allowed to continue route. So it's sort of like you can't voluntarily break something that's already broken. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that then. I need to try to rally him and move the old-fashioned way. Okay, so how about these guys? Do they want to break and route? Can they ignore that? Yes, they're equidistant. This might be the chance for him to start routing as far as he can get. How can he go? How far can he go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. He's not going to take any interdiction, I don't think. Possibly there from the machine gun. Let's trace the line of sight and see if he will have to take interdiction there. No, it's going to clip that. How about here? That's an interesting point. Wow, I'm going to have to look at that in super zoom mode. Yeah, he would have to take it there, so that's not a good idea. Okay. Can't go closer, so no, he's not going to do it because he's taking interdiction. So this is where the plot and plan break down. You don't want to take interdiction if you don't need to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. Okay. And advance. So this guy's going to get my head out of the way. This guy's going to advance and CX to there. Okay, these guys will go like that. I can lay down a fire lane, and this guy will go here. The mega stack, the Italian kill stack, let's call it that, the Italian kill stack. All right, and the mortar will also advance underneath the truck. That's it. Okay, we got our close combats here. 3 to 1 versus 1 to, they'll do a 1 to 2 on one of them. 3 to 1, and 1 to 2 on 1, casualty reduction. So it'd be this one. And this is finally dead. And move that to the casualty bin also. Very good. So they've taken out the bunker by the end of turn 2. I think that was perhaps lucky. I'm not sure. But they did take heavy casualties assaulting across the river. So it wasn't easy. They had to use 6 squads just to get 2 squads to make it in for the close combat, which is really what you need to get, you want to get that 2 to 1 on the hero. Okay, that's it. It'll be allied turn 2. Get past here all of these. Let's see if there's any concealments. No. This guy, yeah, why not? These guys obviously not. This guy can be seen through there, or released from here. All right. So the Brits need to shake a leg here. They've got the armored car coming in, but they've got some stuff pretty far down the road. Now, these guys look like they're going to get off, so that's 3 points. A lot's going to depend on what happens in this turn. So let's play this out, and then I'm going to stop it for this time. So here we go. Wind change. No. Rally. Let's put the rally marker thing on this time for a change. Okay, well, the Brits are first, and they need to rally this guy. And he is rallied this time. About time for you to keep up with your friends. Okay, over here, well, here I've got the broken mortar, and that's the end of that. That's usually the fate of my Italian mortars. One shot, a couple turns later. We can't fix this thing. Get it out of here. So that's that. And that's not my Italian accent. I don't have an Italian accent that's any good. All right. Maybe my Francais accent isn't too bad, but I'm not going to antagonize my viewers with that either. All right, let's see if they can rally. Rally terrain. Yes, they do rally. That might make the difference in the game. Who knows? Broken conscript. Okay, that's it. So prep. What will the British do? Well, they need to run. Okay, they got this guy though, and these guys can prep. So he'll prep. He's got a 2+1. Oops. Wrong prep fire. Here we go. 2+1. Nope. They've got a 1. This goes in not through the road, so it's a 1+1. No. Okay. These guys are all running. Everybody over here is running, so let's start running. All right, we'll start with these guys here. They can go 1.5, 3. And stipulate they're probably going to make it off. Over here, let's start with these guys now. Ooh, it's not looking good. It's almost like I got to run this way to keep away from that guy. That's going to waste him. 2, 4, 6. All right, we'll go this way for. No, we'll start with this guy for down the road. 1. Okay, well, that looks like. Oh, I got this guy still too. No, don't start with him. Okay, clear the moves. Start with this guy. Down that way for 3. Nobody can see him really because of these orchards here that I believe are in season. I better check that. Yeah, July. This is in July. I should know that. July. So orchards are in season. they're safe. So they can come up and cause problems later too. They might. This is probably when they'll drop those prisoners. There's no point in keeping them. They really can't handle them. Okay, so now this guy will start running. One. And how do I want to handle this? One, two, three, four, five. Two, three. I can't do a fire lane. Let's just use the light machine gun 2 minus 2. Nope, and that guy cowered. Not ideal. Who else could shoot at him? The guys on the pillbox could. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 1. Yeah. Do one more. And this time, I'll shoot the medium. Can't make a fire lane, but it'll be a 4. Minus 3. No cowering. Oh, that's a 1 check. And he's pinned. Could be worse, though. Since they first fired, I'm going to start getting this guy running. So here he goes. 1. Okay, so shoot. Need to nail him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 1.5. So that's 6 minus 2. Okay. No cowering. So a 1 check leader. Pinned. Squad. Makes it. 2. And they really can't shoot anything subsequently except for the machine gun at a 1 minus 2 sustained fire. All right. Too bad. Oh no. No, the leader was able to help him with that. Um, the leader was able to help him with that. So that is a KIA on the Brits. Yikes. The leader helped with the machine gun before, so he can help again. So that was pretty bad. And I'm retained rate. The only bad news is that was a sniper. Allied sniper. Ching. Another baby sniper. All right. Flip that back over. Baby sniper. Direction 2, distance 6. 2, 4, 5, 6. This will be the closest guy, so he's going to be pinned. And they final fired. They don't get rate because that was a final fire shot. I normally wouldn't take a shot like that. These are desperate times. Okay, well, what are we doing here? Trying to get these guys off. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If that 9-2 had an ELR'd, it would be 8. Okay, well, let's go into there for 1.5. And kaboom, they're going to shoot. I think, can't remember what the, is that the right hex? Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look like it picks up that bridge. It doesn't. It doesn't pick up the bridge. It's not inherent terrain unless it's a bridge counter, so it's going to pick up 1, 2, plus 1, 0, and I need a 6. The 6 is a hit with rate. Uh-oh, 65. 65 firepower factors is an 8 flat. Ew, with a 4. 2 morale check. Leader. Passed. 1 morale check's on the pinned and broke. And this guy's pinned. Okay. 1.5. The routed guy's going to go 1.5, 2, 3.5. So the leader can run on, which he will do. The gun will stay on there. So the leader gets up to there. Mm-hmm. These guys moved, didn't they? All right. Okay, well, I think that's it. So defensive fire, they're going to try to shoot again at that. We need a 6. Got it. 8 factors. 1 checks on these guys. The pin guy and the broken guy is destroyed. Okay. So I think I'm going to call it here. Well, let me finish this. These guys will shoot. They've got 8. That's final fired. No. They got 4. Plus 2. 4 plus 2. No. That one's done. No shots there. Okay. All right, let's remove all residuals. Advancing fire. None. Remove all preps. Remove all defenses. Okay. So we have a situation here where this guy's stuck out in the open, and this guy is 2. Um, if he breaks, he's now going to have to route over here. If he breaks, he doesn't have to route over there. Well, he can route, and then he'll bounce back. He's going to have to take a lot of interdictions. Okay. So let's say the best choice for both those guys is not to break. These guys route. He'll break. Routes to there. These guys can advance to there. Sorry, I'm mixing up my phases a little bit. They can come up to here. They'll leave the prisoners behind. Okay. And so I still have some preventative measures here, but I can't take any pot shots at this armored car that's going to onboard here. Let me clone this. All right, so the armored car is going to be coming in. Doesn't say, but I assume from the north edge. Let me check out the scenario card. Yeah, north edge. So it's going to be coming on over here. We'll see how far it can get. It's got 30 movement points. It's a lot. Okay, this might be worth playing another turn, but to me it doesn't look like the Brits are going to make it. Um, I would say none of these guys are likely to make it. Um, these guys, even if they did, that's 1, 2. Get out of the way, Hannah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All those guys are going to have to make it off. It's worth playing another. Let's just say it's going to be the Allied turn. 2. We'll play one more turn and see what happens. I'm going to break off this session now. It's already pretty long. And then we'll possibly play one more half turn, I think, to see if the Brits can, galvanize their escape here a bit. But yeah, I mean, that was their turn 2, wasn't it? So it's actually Axis turn 3. I just didn't start using the phase. What do I have to do? Control F. Control F. Okay. So it's the turn 3 for the Axis now. This will be their third turn. Let's see how far down this armored car can get. CE, I think he could risk it, at least until the bridge point. So that's 1, 2, change covered arc for 3. He comes down 4, 5, 6, 7. Then button up 8. Nothing can be done now. 9, 10, 11, 12. Take the risk of close combat here with that guy. So that's 13, 14, 15. Close combat shot. That's his patsy actually. And then he's got a CCV of 3. Motion. I mean, he needs a absolutely incredibly stupid number to succeed. No, didn't do it. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 plus 12 is 29, 30. Get right to there. Um, so the British, are going to get interdicted here. These guys are going to get interdicted. Probably change the turret covered arc that way. So I could advancing fire at those guys. Of course, he'll just try to rout them. So that's in fact exactly what he'll do. But at least I don't know if I can get an ACK with that. No, it's IFE. Okay. But very difficult situation. All right. So that would be the first move. Probably need to prep fire some of these things to try to make sure I can run down the road. So these guys would CX and run over this way. So if this guy's already shot, they're going to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and get up on the plateau. I think this kind of illustrates our point that if that 9-2 breaks, uh, it's possible better decisions could have been made by me in terms of trying to get out of the situation that they were in. But I think it's really hard. I think I'm going to call it here. We both agreed, Doug has agreed with me, that if the 9-2 gets harmed seriously or eliminated, the Italians have the edge. Otherwise, the British, with that 9-2, if the 9-2 can get up to here, start laying down some covering fires to a certain extent, and then get off. You can see this is as far as the armored car can go. So if the British can get up to here, they'll be able to get off. But as it stood, the 9-2 was taken out and the pillbox was compromised early. If that hero had survived, that could have changed things a lot. All right, Hannah, signing off. Wisdom Gaming, thank you very much for watching. And if you like it, subscribe. Please comment down below about your thoughts, reasons you love me, reasons you hate me. And just remember what Lady Sovereign said. Bye.